Thank you so much for being here. Today we will speak about the path of the sacred womb oils. So welcome, beloved one, because today I want to share you something ancient, something forgotten, and yet something so alive within us. Because we all hold sacred oil within our body, within our pineal gland, and within our spine. But the sacred womb oils want to tell us a story and they want to take us back onto a journey. So this is not about a fragrance. This is not about only healing, but it is about remembering who you truly are. This is what the oils really want to remember us or to teach us. So what is the path of the sacred oils? This is the questions we want to answer today. So right now, in the time we live in, there are powerful influences aligning with the sacred oils. And one of the most important is the planet Venus. And I have a deep relationship with the planet Venus. She she first came to me in thoughts, in dreams, in medications, and in visions. And right after I began working with the oils, right after I remembered the oils for the first time. So she holds sacred geometry. This is what she learned me, and she carries a lot of wisdom of our solar system. According to Gnostic and Theosophical teachings, Venus radiates the rays of love and harmony, holding the knowledge that can guide us back into alignment if we choose it for our ascension process, of course, if we want it, and into the higher realms. So in yoga tradition, Venus, she is known as Shiva or as our causal body. So you can also call this the higher self of Mother Earth. And many believe that Venus carries the temple network of our solar system within her clouds. She radiates and she glares, and she is a holy planet according to theosophical teachings. And with her wisdom of the deities, the Sanat Kumaras, and the lineage of the high priestess, within her, this wisdom can be found, and she radiates. So she holds also the collective of Ra and the deities and all the beautiful goddesses that emanated out of Venus. I don't want to touch on that today, but the path of the oils plays a central role with alignment of Venus. So we follow her rhythm, her guidance, and her harmonic frequencies. The highest form of love is the one that she possessed. And every month she dances her path around the sun. And over the course of 8 years, she draws a perfect rose in the sky. This is why the sacred womb oils are so deeply connected to the rose lineage of priests and priestesses. And each month, just like the sun, Venus enters a new zodiacal sign, and with it a new element. Venus enters, for instance, Aries. Let's start with Aries. When Venus starts with Aries, she aligns with the fire element, right? If you know a little bit about astrology, and otherwise you will learn around the way. But Aries carries the theme of I am. But when we work with the oils, we go deeper, a deeper layer. We ask, who am I beyond the personality? Is my inner child aligned? Are my past lifetimes integrated? Who am I at soul level, working with the oils? In this way, we can work with the oils beyond the surface. We can go deeper beyond the surface of astrology in the subtle layers of healing and remembrance. So after Aries moves to the zodiacal sign Taurus, that's the earth element. And on the outer level, Taurus is all about I possess. But on the inner esoterical level, we are invited to learn how to let go of our possessions. And then she enters Gemini, the air element. Gemini, the theme is all about I communicate. But the deeper question is, how do you communicate within yourself? with your thought forms, with your inner victim victimizer programs. We also have shame blame programs. So because you connect with these things, you bring harmony within yourself and within your thought forms. So and we stop to continue old mistakes, to repeat them, and we start a new personality within ourselves while the oils are guiding us. So, and then comes Cancer. Cancer is all about the water element. And she is like, let's say, the great mother, and Cancer carries a fourth house energy. It's about home, it's about the womb, it is about your foundation and how to overcome your emotional patterns, to rebuild your vessel, your womb, your home base, and to create from a place where you can align and create new timelines. And we also have the ether element. This is more subtle and more difficult. This is the inner journey of the 40 days, of the 40 days retreat within yourself. Well, we enter this during Ophiuchus because we use true sign or astrology. I use it, but you can use your own astrology, of course, and when Venus turns retrograde. So through this path, we follow the elements and the 13 zodiacal signs, and we learn to combine the oils with their living spirit. After working with the first 5 elements, we blend those first oils into one sacred bottle. I have it over here and I will open it soon, but this bottle becomes our holy grail. We initiate it with sound tones, prayers that are aligned with your land, your frequency, and your purpose. And I have people walking this path worldwide, following the teachings of the sacred oils. They live everywhere, and the oil works different on every crit. So because Mother Earth is not the same everywhere. So each place carries its own sound tones, its own geography, its own ley lines, its own frequency, and its own people, of course. And as we continue, each new sign and element is added in the bottle. The oil becomes refreshed, but it also becomes older because we will use all the 13 zodiacal signs. So this is a journey. This is a sacred path that the oil wants to walk you. And we do not yet follow the alignment of the sun because we first need to harmonize with the Venusian priestess and priest timelines. So we need to align this first within ourselves before we can work with the sun. And in this process, we work to balance the masculine and feminine within ourselves. The masculine priests work with different oils than the feminine priests. And until the end, we work with the zodiacal signs, we will merge them within yourself. And of course within the oil. So the sacred womb oil itself will mix and evolve until it carries both the masculine and the feminine frequencies within hierogamic union within yourself. So when you are aligned and in balance. And this process of dedication is the journey of the priest and the priestesses. And I share this freely because the oils ask me to bring them back to life. But there is something you must do, and that is make a promise. Make a promise to yourself and to the oils that you are ready to wake up and to remember your heritage. So the oils will guide you, they will hold you, but you must choose for yourself and you must commit for yourself. Are you ready? The process may be slow or fast. That's depending all about how your consciousness already is. How much inner work have you done already? How much have you aligned your personality and your ego with your higher self? I cannot promise you anything. The only thing who can promise you something is yourself. And I ask you, are you ready to commit yourself to the path of the sacred womb oils? And the oils are waiting for you. This is something I feel deep inside of the core within myself. They are waiting for a lot of us. the spirit within the oil is waiting for us. The memory of your lineage, where you came from, the timelines, your generations, your bloodline is waiting for you. And all it takes is your yes. When you begin, you are not just using the oils, you are awakening codes within yourself. You are activating your remembrance, and you are weaving yourself back into the living web of creation. So make your promise, make this promise to yourself. So, what type of oils are already here in the sacred bottle? Well, when we use, it smells great, and I have two bottles, one for the masculine and one for the feminine, but we can also combine them, but that is something you can choose for yourself. So we have here the masculine bottle, and this is a bottle where we work with every month. Every month you can take a new bottle, or you can work with, I think it's better you take a new bottle every month. So you need to buy 13 bottles. And then you can create these beautiful oils. You know, you have different types of bottles. I have a lot of bottles. I love bottles. But this is the masculine. And within the masculine, we work with the 5 elements, and all 5 elements, when Venus goes into a zodiacal sign, has a different scent. So for instance, let's say the earth element from the masculine timelines, or for the masculine oil, and we have the earth element for the feminine oil. Well, for the masculine, we will use sandalwood and a little bit of musk. A little bit. If your sandalwood is not musky enough, then we'll use a little bit to make it more Aphrodite. And we have for the women, the ladies, we have the lavender. This is the earth element. And then we go, let's say, to the fire element. Then we use a new bottle, a new month, with a new zodiacal sign that we follow, with a new theme. And for the women it will be rose, and for the men it will be angelica. And yes, we also use a few drops of myrrh and myrtle every time we create a new sacred oil. So in time, when we are in the next element, let's say air, then maybe Venus is in Gemini, then we use the oil, it was spikenard and honeysuckle. And this is for men and for women. And after this, when she goes into the new zodiacal sign, let's say Cancer, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. So let's say Cancer, you know, it's all about, I just said it, about the emotions within ourselves, our womb, the vessel, to rebuild it. And then we use, for both men and women, we use the blue lotus. And then we also have another type of oil, that is the ether element, and this is the one that is very special. I love special things. Well, the ether element is very special. We go within for 40 days, because when Venus retrogrades, it's always around 40 days. And then we retrieve ourselves back within, and you know, we want to we don't want to overthink or overanalyze things, but we want to let go in this period of time and to retrieve ourselves back within. Well, for this type of oil, we will use alamite, and we will use jasmine for the women. So if you combine all the oils together in the end with the first 5 elements, then you have the first part of the sacred womb oil. The sacred womb oil exists out of 3 parts. I will guide you all the way. I have the ebook, I have PDFs about it, and of course I will guide you every lesson, so don't worry about you forget anything. But the first 5 oils, the first 5 elements for the masculine and for the feminine, will be held in one container, one vessel, one womb where we work from. And all these oils, the molecules within the oils and the senses, fit harmonically perfect. They harmonize within each other. So the masculine harmonize and the feminine harmonize beautifully. And then we initiate the bottle, then we do the creation, then we do the ceremony, we do the sound tones, we do everything. You learn how to anoint yourself, of course, and how to work with every team Venus is in that month. And in the end, you know, after you have followed 13 zodiacal signs and you have followed the 3 phases of the sacred womb oil, yeah, you will receive herogamic union within yourself. This is the purpose, this is the process, this is the esoteric process, and you are invited how to learn to work with the oils again in ancient days. So yeah, this is what we will do. A lot of people are doing it right now, and in the end, if your bottle is ready and you know how to work with every zodiacal sign, you know how to work with the elements. And of course, maybe if you'd like, I'd learn you some mantras, I learn you some Keylontic language. It's a universal language. If you like that, and if you don't like it, you follow your own language. You follow your own mantras. You follow your own thing, your own sound tones, your own sing, your total own guidance. You follow the information that is within your DNA and your guidance. I am only here to inspire you to do so. But you need to do it for yourself, right? So, but in the end, if this sacred bottle is ready, we have one for the masculine and we have one for the feminine. I have a sacred bag where I hold it in. This is the bag of the sacred oils. This is the bag how I like to carry the oils. We refresh it every month. And for me, this is the holy grail. So this is why I save it. And within here, I have some salt to absorb negative energy, some myrrh, because we work with Mother Divine, right? But I also have crystals, sunkites, to amplify the oil, and some selenite. So there is a lot within this bag, and then I keep the oil safely in this bag. So, and from this moment, there is also gold in it if you want, but you can also place some crystal that are suitable for oils. So the oils, one more time, is the water element. And we use the fire element, we burn candles to burn karma. But oils are the water element, so we need to wash it away of our subtle layers, also of our esoterical layers. So this is why we work with the sacred womb oil also. But what we can do is, after we have created this amazing bottle and it smells Venusian, it's with the rose, the jasmine, the lavender, for the feminine, then it's really Venusian. And when you mix this bottle of feminine with the masculine, it's beyond amazing, the smell. So I really love it. But with this bottle, we have the sacred spiritus continuum within. So the DNA codes, our DNA codes, and we brought ourselves back into alignment. So with this bottle, the DNA is within. So every time I want to create another oil, let's say for land work, or to create a Bordeaux for people to transcend, or let's say when somebody needs to give birth, or another type of oil, you name it, for someone who is very not aligned with itself, maybe a little bit depressed, or you can use a few drops of your sacred womb oil. You cannot give this bottle immediately to someone else because you have worked with the sound tones within yourself, with the DNA grid. So you cannot give it undiluted because it's light. And maybe there is too much light in it for the other person to hold it. So you always have to dilute it, but you can trust that the spiritus continuum of the few drops you place in another oil will amplify, just like water copies itself within 3 hours, right? Yes, this is also how perfume makers make perfume, or how they make beer. You have the first DNA strand and it copies itself. This is what we want to do with the sacred womb oil too. So from this moment on, we still keep it fresh every month. And I will explain the alchemy behind that, of course, in the first lessons of how to create the zodiacal womb oil. So these bottles. But we refresh it every month, but the oil gets very old. And we keep it dark, we keep it safe, we work hygienic, we work with jojoba oil, jojoba oil, or castor oil. You know, these oils are very, very, they don't oxidize that easily, so we can work with them. And we place in some vitamin E to keep the oil fresh. You know, the spiritus continuum needs to stay fresh and the oil wants to get work with, and we need to keep it dark in a cool place. And then this is truly an amazing oil, and a lot of people are working with it right now and they are very enthusiastic about it. You can also do grit work with this, you know, anointing the soil. I have some videos about that. Yeah, and now, you know, the oils are waiting for you, the spirit is waiting, maybe your memory, your lineage, your guardians, you know, you can all invite them into the oil, your ancestors, and the oil attracts these frequencies and then it gets alive. So I hope you know something more and how to walk the sacred path of the oils. I hope you have some more insight right now, and only one thing rests you to do. That is to gain more information from the next lessons, but just to start. And I have created the PDF which oils you can buy to start and to create the PDF. But I just want to say one thing before, because if you have never worked with oils and you are a little bit skeptic, will it work, will it not work? Well, the oils guided me 1 year ago to tell people who are skeptic about it that you can buy in the supermarket just extra virgin olive oil and do it in a bottle, a dropper bottle. I don't have one here. No, I don't have a dropper bottle here, but place it in a dropper bottle, you know, a smaller one, and then the olive oil, and do the first lesson together with the group. And then you start working with oil, and then give it a chance. So this is what oils told me a long time ago, and this is what I always say to people if they are a little bit skeptic, or they don't, maybe even some people don't have money to buy the oils, then do it in this way. But the oils are here and the spiritus continuum is ready to be awakened. If you are in the possibility to buy the esoterical oils, or if you ain't, the oils are here to be awakened. And yeah, this is alchemy, and I love to teach this to people, so to groups, to bring the oils back online into the morphogenetic field of our earth. So yeah, decide for yourself if you want to choose it for your own process, for your own development. I'm very happy that you have watched this teaching, and yeah, let's start with lesson 1.